gentlemen, welcome on in for another night of action. My name is Ice Cold Brew, and I'm going to be your commentator and broadcaster for this evening. Now, folks, we have an exciting matchup coming up tonight. It is going to be the wonderful folks over at Henry Clay Fan Club going up against Divine Ascension Nitro. Now, both these teams have had their ups and downs throughout this week, and sadly, they are coming into the second week with not a lot going for them at the point in time, and it's been a bit difficult for them, and I cannot blame them. They are up against some tough competition, especially at that Tier 3 level, C3-GC1 for these folks. So they're both looking for their first series win coming into this matchup tonight. And of course, it's going to be a tight one. So with that in mind, folks, let's get ready to go here. I'm excited. Folks, if you want to put your predictions in the poll right now, you can go ahead and do so. We got Henry Clay Fan Club ready to go. We got Divine Ascension Nitro ready to take it off and away. And this is going to be a long one for me tonight. This is the first of two series of this evening for a best of 5 for this first one. But I'm excited, folks. We're going to have some fun times here as Henry Clay Fan Club show what they can do, and the folks over at DA Nitro are going to start making their way downtown. My transition did not work in that moment. But folks, over in the orange side, we're going to have DA Nitro looking for their first defensive efforts. Disco Shanti's going to get that defense for Henry Clay Fan Club over on the blue side, along with Danny, and of course Ghost Commando as well. Void joining to Pac-Man and Snowis on orange. Ball taking flight here in 3v3 once again, especially at this level 2. We're seeing a bit more of the mechanical control and that game sense coming in clutch in order to allow these players to really maximize their movement and being able to cover for each other. They're going to try and fire the shots off the side towards center lane and then take advantage of it. They're going to try and have a nice little back and forth between each other. But Snowitz is going to drop this ball down in front of Danny. You know he's going to wish he had just a little bit more time with it. Now with no one at the net, Void's on the back line. Disco is going to reach for the stars on that one, not able to break through. Instead, that ball's going to head out across the backboard to Pac-Man with the save. Ball towards Snowis. Snowis off the right post. Pac-Man's out of position. Void is in the void itself. Has to send that ball off and away. Danny with the first demo for the Henry Clay Fan Club. Almost called them football club for a second. Ghosted Mando's going to get the bar down. And it's going to take the first goal for HCFC. Able to lock in that moment. Finds Pac-Man out of position. Pac-Man scrambling backwards in order to pick up that save. Won't be able to do so, though. Now, folks, for those not in the know, of course, if you have joined Cross Progression League is a 10-week season-long, not counting the tournament itself, competition where you bring your own team and you are fighting multiple teams for a chance at that prize pool. And I believe for Tier 3, it is $100, as Ghosted Mando is trying to make a case for why Henry Clay Fan Club should get a cut of that prize pool. Ball towards the net. Pac-Man needs to recover quickly. Can't get there in time. No, he can get there in time to Pac-Man. Will pack it in and get it tied 1-1. Great challenge on Disco. Disco out of place. Ghosted tries to get there in time. Instead, helps out with the pinch. Puts some force behind that ball, and that's going to go inside. 2 minutes gone by in this game 1. And of course, it's a very early on in the season too. They're in week 2 at this point in time. They've just really started the season. First couple weeks, you can always credit to teams figuring out what the best chemistry is for them, what the best game plan is. As Ghosted Mando and Disco fire, Disco's going to put some Disco Inferno on that front line, allowing Danny to shoot, but Danny's just off target. He's going to hit it off the right post. Danny's going to step back, take out Snowis, Void. Back to Danny, both whiffing on the touch. To Disco, who's taking flight. Bit too hard, a bit too fast. Danny not able to take advantage, but Disco's able to redirect that down center. Mando can't control. It's going to be Danny stepping back, trying to find some space. Gets it around Snowis, but now has Pac-Man to contest with. getting packed into the side. It's going to pop up on that right wing. Mando chases it down just out of reach between the double commit from Pac-Man and Void. Won't be able to fall through here. It's going to be Danny taking flight. Disco has the open pass, but it's going to get shut down by Snowis and Void. But Mando's not giving up yet. That intense aggression on that front third being enough for this momentum at the point in time. HCFC able to really continue that drive as Mando and Disco both on a breakaway trying to find a pass for each other. It's going to go back to no, Danny's out of position. Danny almost double commits there. Instead gets caught up, slows down, says wait a minute, put a little twist in it, flips away, waiting for that ball to head down center. Goes out to the opposite corner. It's going to be Disco taking the ball down. It's going to be Mando on the back end. Will be denied here. Demo on Void by Mando. Ball to Disco still. Has space, has time, goes and pops it up harshly into the sky. And right down center lane it will go. Disco with enough time to zero in and then fire. Void goes up to challenge, but mistimes the jump, cannot defend in time. It's going to be 60 seconds left to go. HCFC still in the lead now by 1 goal. But Snowis is looking to make a change, has a chance, redirect, sends it onto the left post. Void is going to come in. And I'm really curious if that ball was going to go in regardless. Snowis, that ball was on target, but Disco looking to make a save, got caught in the back of the net, and Void was able to finish it off. Great chance for DA Nitro to bring the ball back under control. Snowis is going to force us down to the corner, and Danny's going to get stuffed. Sends the ball down. Snowis, no help, goes up to Demo, but Danny's going to pick this one up. Drive down center, try to get pass out to Mando, but Mando's a bit far back, and that double commit at center at half court doesn't really do the fan club a lot of favors. Snowis taking a chance. Gonna go up, steal some boost, try to keep this momentum on their side. They don't want to allow Henry Clay Fan Club to have any space on their side of the pitch, and they're trying to boost starve them the whole time. However, it's not that effective. Still with plenty of momentum on their side. 5 seconds left to go. The Pac-Man will lose control. It's Disco firing at the net. That is going to go inside at the buzzer. Disco Shanty picks up their second. Wrong button there, folks. Apologies. Disco Shanty picks up their second. And that's going to be a 3-2 lead in favor of Henry Clay Fan Club, able to take their first win. Beautiful opportunity for them as well as we continue on here. You can see 8 shots total for Henry Clay Fan Club. That aggression working out for them on that initial run, and they really need that momentum to be behind them in order to continue to contest their opposition. Over on the opposite side, though, you have plenty of saves coming out from DA Nitro, but the positioning was what killed them off in the end. Just that lack of momentum whenever it came to defending their side of the pitch caught them off guard, ended up giving up the play. So with that in mind, what they need to do for this one, I would just like to see a little bit less hesitation, I should say. As we go into game 2, Henry Clay Fan Club in the lead momentarily. As Danny is going to try and find another shot. Ball on the backboard. Void looks for a backboard shot, but won't be able to find that negative angle. Instead, that ball's going to head towards Void. Disco on the left side, just a bit too far away to control. Ghosted Mando. Plenty of momentum on his side. Plenty of space, too, really, to keep this one under control, but won't be able to pick up another touch. That ball's going to head down towards the right wing. Off the post on the side of DA Nitro. Won't fall through here. Instead, going to contest in the corner. Henry Clay still maintaining pressure against Nitro, but won't be able to fall through. Disco takes it back in their corner. just continuing to attack. Ball towards the net. Disco's gonna follow through on this one. Danny with the miss, gets caught in the back of the net, but it's enough to allow Disco to make the quick cut to challenge. Pac-Man just put that ball a bit too far forward, and Disco was prepared. The quick cut back to the net, cutting down their momentum. Henry Clay now in the lead by 1. Pac-Man with the demo on Ghosted Mando is going to continue to put this pressure on. Void back up towards half court. Going to try and see if they can get that tie right back, as Danny's going to go for a flip reset. Can't find another touch off that ball. A bit too far away from to do so. Instead, is going to look for a high angle. That's a double tap territory. We'll drop it inside. Ghosted Mando picking up 2 here. Just so much space, so much runway for their opposition to pick up the ball, and that's been working against DA Nitro at the moment. I feel like they're clearing the ball too far out away from each other and not in a safe zone, and then when their opponents are able to pick up that ball and challenge, that hesitancy to reduce that space, to put pressure, put a hand up in their face, have countered against them. Snow is trying to drop this ball center, has a chance for Void. Void's going to find the far side of the net, and that's going to go inside. Beautiful play from Snow, is just able to force Danny to put that ball center, and then Void recognizes where Henry Clay Fan Club play high pressure, high speed. It works against them in that moment because Ghost and Mando just overextended themselves past that back post, and that worked out in Void's favor. Now back to a 1-goal game. More than 190 seconds left to go. Still struggling for a moment to breathe. Void's going to get taken out by Disco, as Danny is going to clear the ball across the backboard, but that ball dropping right down center, that might be a great place for Void to follow through. Double commit on the play is going to work against them once again. Miscommunication in midair. Void comes back from the grave. Pac-Man tries to make a play, and that's going to give up a free goal to Disco. Just going all the way up from your third, and then while you're facing off your opposition inside their front yard, you try to hop the fence in order to get enough height to get that ball, but sadly it will fall through, and you're going to see another 2-goal difference once again from the Henry Clay Fan Club. Can't overcommit like that, as that ball's going to drop inside. Danny picking up their first, and this one off the demo too, as catches a 50 from Disco, and then pops it up high once again. Question of rotation here on DA Nitro's side. Too many people down the mid lane, not enough people covering each other, and there's this hesitancy once again that I'm seeing from Nitro that's really backfiring at the moment. Disco is going to clear this ball, tries to take space. Low boost on the Fan Club. Ball towards net. Disco will clear this one out, keeps under control, has one more touch. Tries to get one more, gets the pinch. That's off the left side. Is it within striking distance? Tries to put it in. Ghost and Mando double commits, tries to force the issue, but it will be saved. And not that time though. Disco comes in for another tussle and brings that one off the bounce. Hitting some fever at the moment with that shot. Beautiful heat off that play in order to center off that goalpost. Finds that 1 pixel, send it inside, puts it right around the defense. 4-goal difference between Henry Clay Fan Club and DA Nitro, and an even larger goal differential now. Snow is still trying to find a center for someone. Void was trying to get there. Instead, low 50. Snow pops it up. That's off the right wing. He's going to try and find an opening for a teammate. Sends it down center, back to Pac-Man. Pac-Man just a little bit too light and a little bit too loose on the play. Could not find a tight enough angle to put it inside. Ball rattles around the corner. Danny will confirm the touch. Void will clear. Void, low 50. Gets countered. That ball's in the net. It goes all the way home. 74 miles per hour, the speed limit of the average Texas highway and sometimes the suburb streets. There is not a single mistake Henry Clay Fan Club can do. That 50, that team pinch working out so well for them. Every challenge where they go up against the ball, they find the one bounce that goes through. Every touch off the goalpost works out. They find the lucky pounce, and they are going to continue to do so with Ghost and Mando trying to bring this ball around. Snowis is going to pick up the boost, but Pac-Man's going to have to continue to protect that net. Snowis tries to go up and challenge. Mando won't be able to get the ball. Does get the boost, I believe, as Void is going to steal this one away. Countered once more. Void and Pac-Man both on the same side. Void can't get there. Disco is on fire. 4 goals straight. Disco is not dead yet as he continues to carry the ball from one end to the other and continues to carry his team on a flight to Brazil at this point. 7-1, 40 seconds left to go. Not a lot of hope for DA Nitro, and that is how the cookie crumbles. But last time I was in this position, in this very league, at a higher tier of it. In fact, if you were watching here last night, you saw a team reverse sweep and get their first series win of the season. Will that be the same here? As Henry Clay Fan Club look to close out in a perfect 3-0 sweep. They have one more game to get past that point. While Pac-Man is just looking for one more goal with Void, that ball is going to drop on a Brazil. Henry Clay Fan Club will take this game too handily. Again, the name of the game is pressure. And that's what we've been seeing here. 11 shots overall between these two teams. More than double of what DA Nitro is putting out at the moment in time. And that has to be frustrating for them. It feels like they can't really find their space. They can't really find their timing whenever it comes to controlling the ball. Anytime they try to take the ball off the side of the wall, anytime they try to look for a pass, there's just this miscommunication going on. And we saw that in Void and Pac-Man earlier. Void got demoed, was all the way back, I believe had a better angle on it, but Pac-Man scrambling just wanted to contest the touch, drove up, and either way, there was no communication on that play. It was already too late and sailing home by that point in time. So going into the game 3, they need to have a tighter communication on the side of Divine Ascension Nitro. Well, Henry Clay Fan Club just need to continue doing what they've been doing. I mean, it's been beautiful. They've just found openings again and again and again, and they have yet really to be countered at this point in time. And so with that in mind, we're heading into game 3 between these two teams as Disco Shanti is going to pick up the first touch. Void is going to work out some frustrations here on that demo, as Danny's going to scramble back, drops that ball center to Disco, and it's going to be a beautiful redirect inside. Folks, need I remind you once again, if you ever want to see a beautiful clip of the week, this is the place to be. Make sure you grab that highlight reel, and if you are in the Cross Progression League Discord, make sure you go on in and share that clip to them. Give them that little highlight reel, because by God, Disco is on fire right now. Disco's never died. He's finding that Elysium at this moment in time, and will find Sanctuary on that backboard. What a redirect, sends it upfield, enough space for them to contest. Snowis tries to drop it down for Pac-Man and Void, but again, just a little bit too far out. And the contest on that touch 2 had to be frustrating because they couldn't really find an opening for them to go up to challenge. Danny low on boost, gets one, gets past one. It's going to pick up enough momentum here. Goes for the pinch, sends it center. Mando goes to fire. Danny picks up Snowis on the demo, but Disco has decided it wasn't his time on the dance floor. Decided he wanted to step back a little bit. Instead, playing that ball in the corner. Ball's going to drop down on that right post. Disco fires towards the net. Off in the corner. Danny dodges a demo. Back pass to Mando. Mando, pop up. Was hoping for a follow through, but might have flipped the wrong way for it. Instead, ball rattling around the rim. It's going to go to Void. Looking for an opening. Gets a carry. Just wants to carry that momentum forward, but will be demoed once again by Disco. And that's what I've been seeing so far. Anytime they try to contain and control the ball, there's just some error that ends up happening that counters against them. And then when they have a good pass towards the center, unfortunately, the other two teammates just aren't able to assist in that moment. It's going to go Danny, who's going to fire it downfield. Void will counter, and Disco's going to make the smart decision here, put her in the corner. Let's drop down. Snowis gets countered. Danny counters. Void towards center. Snowis demoed to Pac-Man, able to pick up the ball, and in a moment of martyrdom will clear it off and away. See if it will be worthwhile. No, it will not. Disco counters the clear. Ball rattles down. Pac-Man tries to get a pass down to Snowis. Snowis won't be able to confirm the touch, but Disco will confirm the 2-goal lead. More than half the game left to go. And so far, it's been the fan club able to contest and contend at this level. And not allowing a moment to breathe. Mando, quick counter, shuts them down. Mando chasing it down from the pass. Goes to pop it up. Instead, will be sent away. Danny trying to force Pac-Man into an awkward position. Pac-Man double commit with Void, but Void clears, tries to find a center. 120 to go. Danny on the opposite side. Snowis taking flight, pop up to Void. Void looking for a chance, but Ghosted Mando rises from the grave. Sends it down. It's back towards center. One more touch could have done it, but Snow was able to get in the way. It should truly be recognized how Snowis has really put as much as he can into this offense for the team and trying to cover that backside as well. Snowis has really been putting a lot of great effort. It just hasn't worked out for them every single time he's looked for a pass, every time he's tried setting up his own shot. Void coming out of the back of the net. That's an impressive save, able to time that so well in order to prevent the goal. Danny gets the bump on Snowis. That's an opening for Disco, and that's going to be a misplay on the back line. Goes to Mando, getting a slow goal counted for his stat sheet. Pac-Man bumping him out. Danny bumping out Snowis. Disco demoing. And they're going to let that ball roll in. Void could not contest. Anticipating Disco was going to shoot, try to get around him, could not do so. Ball around the rim. Mando, 70 seconds left to go. They just need to maintain this lead at this point for the Henry Clay fan club. Ball's going to pop out towards center. Snowis goes to counter, but that ball's right towards net. It's just one more touch away for Disco to pick up yet another goal. I believe this makes 8 goals in this game for Disco. 7 or 8 goals so far for Disco, and he's been killing it on the offensive side, but he's also been working so hard to ensure Danny and Ghost and Mando can be involved in the offense, finding openings for them. Void is going to look for a chance. They do not want to go quietly into the night. They want to find one more opportunity. Void getting a bump on Danny. Can that be enough for Snowis to drop that ball center? Pac-Man goes to counter, but the triple commit save. The power of friendship prevails as a perfect barrier from that shot. Mando going to get the double tap, but it's going to pinch out. Ball towards center. Void takes flight, but Danny is up there with him. Snowis picks up the boost. Just hesitates once more on that side wall. Danny and Disco looking for another 9 goals so far for Disco, 4 in this game alone. Looking to close out. 15 seconds left to go, and it's going to be a 3-0 sweep for the Henry Clay fan club. And overall, MVP in my opinion has been Disco. Disco Shanti has found time and time again ways to open up that net and create opportunities, scoring for himself, scoring off the assists and plays and effort from Ghosted Mando and Danny, finding bumps and demos, some great off-ball value in order to prevent the folks at DA Nitro from capitalizing. And this is how Henry Clay FC have picked up their first series win. They're now 3-3 overall. They got swept last week, but they will be the sweepers this week. They have brought their brooms this time, and it is a beautiful way for them to close out this series. Well, folks, we got so much more time before my next match. So here's what's going to happen now. If you were watching this live on Twitch, we're going to go raid out to one of the other matches happening this evening for Cross Progression League. But in about 30 minutes, we will be coming back with Ascend Tournament Series. And it is going to be the Whiffers versus Torrent. I should remember their name off the top of my head. Versus Torrent Typhoon. I just got asked questions, so this works out. All right, Monkey Shines, thank you for coming out. I really appreciate you. Let's see if we can find some more action from the folks here in CPL as I quickly go and look for the post that announced all the matches tonight. All right, folks, we're gonna go raid on over to Vexel, who is covering an SSL matchup between Krusty Crew Gaming 5CE and Krusty Crew Gaming Crash. So, folks, let's go ahead and go join Zek and see how that action is going on right now. I will see y'all in just about 30 minutes for the Ascend Tournament Series matchup. So don't go too far away. I will see y'all soon. But in the meantime, let's raid on out and go check in with Zex. Thank you so much, folks.